Good night and welcome back to another fantastic show of Sportsin. Suppose emi fespa time lo you lo puti ai lo Sportsin good night through lo you. Hope you had a wonderful week. Obviously it was hectic, especially in the nation's capital with the visitation of senior heads from the US and the Pacific Highlands. My gosh. But that never hindered the fantasy of sporting activity over the weekend. Well, without further ado, here's what's coming up on the show tonight. We have the OFC Women's Local Organizing Committee Chairman, Gordon Manub. Manub will be here to give an update of the upcoming OFC Women's Tournament, as well as AFL PNG Southern Regional Manager and Talent Academy Coach David Topeni, who is currently in Cairns. They will be joining me on the show shortly. But before we take a look at that, let's take a quick look at the weekend's scoreline. We'll start with the NRL Round 12 results. On Thursday night, we saw the Panthers running victors over the Broncos 15 points to 4. Then on Friday's doubleheader, the Dragons 24 defeating the Roosters on 22 points. The Eels walking over the Rabbitohs on 36 points to 16. Then on Saturday's tripleheader, the Sharks 26 defeated the Knights on 6 points. Tigers 66 causing a massive scoreline there against the Cowboys on 18 points. And the Storms 24 defeating Dolphins on 16 points. Then on Sunday's doubleheader, Bulldogs 20 defeated the Titans on 18 points. Sea Eagles 42 defeating the Raiders on 14 points to wrap up round 12 of NRL. In the Host Plus Cup round 10 results, Tweedhead Seagulls 54 defeating the Jets on 14 points. Winner Manly Seagulls 20 defeating PNG Hunters on 24 points. The Bears 40 defeating Clydesdales on 24 points. The Capras and Falcons game ended up in a draw with both teams finishing on 26 all. The Dolphins 52 defeating Cutters on 12 points. The Magpies 28 defeating the Northern Pride on 12. And the North Devils 26 defeating Blackhawks on 12 points. To Super Rugby round 13 results on Friday's doubleheader, the Crusaders 44 defeating Moana Pacifica on 7. The Blues 45 defeating the Queensland Reds on 26 points. Then on Saturday, Highlanders 20 defeated the Rebels on 17 points. Chiefs walking over the Hurricanes with a 23 points to 12. The Waratahs 32 causing an upset over the Fijian Drewers 18. And the Western Force 34 defeating the Brumbies on 19. The Australian Football Rules round 10 results on Friday night. Port Adelaide 80 points defeating the Melbourne on 76 points. Sydney Swans 93 defeating North Melbourne on 90 points. The Bulldogs 85 defeating Adelaide on 40 points. Fremantle 106 defeating Geelong on 77 points. Brisbane Lions 107 defeating the Gold Coast on 64 points. And Essendon 71 walking over Richmond 70 points. Then on Sundays, Hawthorn 142, the massive score against the West Coast on 26 points. Collingwood 85 defeating Carlton on 57, and St Kilda 92 points walking over Giants with 80 points. The Capital Rugby Union Round 7 Premier Men's result on Saturday, Defence and Marlins ended up in a draw with both teams scoring 12 points. Harlequins 39 defeating the Valley Hunters on 5 points. Then on Sunday, Brothers 50 walking over the Wanderers on 10 points. And University Piggies wrapping up round 7 with a win against Crusaders 28-8. And that was all the recap of the weekend scoreline for each sporting coach for both overseas and local competitions. Alright, if you missed out on the 2023 State of Origin team announcement last week, here are the teams as named for Game 1 series. Both coaches Brad Fittler and Billy Slater have officially named their teams for Origin 1 scheduled for next week, with plenty of surprise among their respective lineups. The series went down to the wire last year, with Queensland capturing a 2-1 series victory in the decider. New South Wales were without some big names for the 2022 edition of State of Origin, but will likely see plenty of changes this year, with the likes of Lateral Mitchell and the return of Tyson Frizzell, as well as Tommy Tabo expected to be available. For the Maroons, they have Jan Rees-Wolds, whose outstanding performance has caught the attention of Coach Slater to pick him ahead of Kellen Ponga, while bringing in informed Dolphins back Amiso Tabuai-Fidow, overlooking veteran centre Dean Gagai. Game 1 of the series will be played in Adelaide on the 31st of May. If you are a die-hard Queensland or New South Wales supporters, start preparing for those merchandises and don't wait till late. All right, we'll take a short break now, and when we return, we will go straight into our first segment with the OFC representatives. Stay with us. Good night, viewers, and welcome back to Sports In. All right, joining me on the show tonight is the chairman of the local organizing committee of the OFC, as well as PNGFA's competition manager, Ahmjad Tekwie and Gordon Manub. Guys, welcome to the show, and how are you both doing?
Thank you, David. We're very well.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we will get straight into it. We'll start with Ahmjad. Ahmjad, just tell us a bit about how the National Premier League preparations are going towards the upcoming National Premier League, which was rescheduled, I believe.
The initial kickoff date for both the Premier Soccer League, the Women Conference Soccer League, and the National Youth Soccer League was 13th of May. I believe that was a week ago. We have now rescheduled to the 17th of June. That is exactly a week after the conclusion of the Women's Champions Soccer League, which will be held at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium from the 1st to the 10th. Apart from my team, the competitions team, being heavily involved in the preparations, we have also cited other reasons for the deferral, and we've had to send these queries to the PNGFA Executive Committee for the review, and they gave the endorsement. Therefore, we've elected to defer the kickoff until after the Champions League, which we will have more time to be able to kickstart the competition.
All right, just tell us a bit more on how many teams are we expecting in this new league format?
Okay, for the Premier Soccer League, that will be played on a home and away league format. We are looking for 8 teams to participate. The matches will be played mostly here in the southern region, Port Moresby, and up in Lae, as well as Madang, and potentially up in the NGI Eastern Conference, subject to participation for a team within that area.
Highlight a bit about how registration for each teams are going. Have most of them have completed their registration process, or still yet to?
It's good you mentioned that. One of the key reasons why we opted to defer the kickoff was due to most of the teams having not yet fully registered. And I'm happy to say that due to the extension, we've had about maybe 80% to 85% of the teams now registered. So they're basically ready to pay off their affiliation fees as well as the player registrations, and everything should be all set to go by the 1st of June. That's when we start to conduct all the field inspections as well as the team managers workshops for the different conferences.
All right, before we go to Gordon, just lastly, in terms of the National Premier League season, just give us a rundown on the duration of the dates and when are we expecting the conclusion of the competition itself?
Well, we're expecting to, we kick off on the 17th of June, and we will run through until the second week or mid-October. that's when we look to terminate the competition, and we have the selection for the national team around that time to prepare for the upcoming Pacific Games in Solomon Islands.
All right, thank you, Ahmjad. We will now head straight over to God and Manub, who will give us an update on the upcoming Women's OFC League, which is a milestone for Papua New Guinea Football Association, because this is the first time PNG will play host to the tournament. So Gordon, just give us an update on how the tournament and progressions are going towards hosting this milestone event.
Thank you, Dave. To all the viewers out there, the Women's Champions League will be the first or the inaugural Champions League for the Oceania Football Confederation. It'll be hosted, as earlier alluded to by Ahmjad, from the 1st of June to the 10th of June. We are expecting 5 teams coming from around the Pacific. We have a team from New Caledonia coming. We also have one from Fiji, another team from Solomon Islands. We have Hikari United here in Port Moresby, and one team coming in from Samoa. The competition basically will be run over 5 match days. We're very happy to say that they will declare the first tournament champions at the same time. We also have been going through a hectic process of meeting the OFC requirements of hosting the tournament here in Port Moresby, and a lot of those requirements relate to the preparation of our training pitches. We have 3 training pitches. We have the PNG Football Stadium, which is the home of football in Papua New Guinea. We also have the Sir John Guy Stadium, and Bissini, one of the fields at Bissini Football Park, which we will be playing host to the training schedules for all the 5 teams that will be competing. Upon that, our host venue will be the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. We're happy to say that the Governor of NCD has come in as a partner and a sponsor to host the tournament here, and he's given us that opportunity by working with the Port Moresby Active City program in collaborating with us in preparing the venues, also the welcoming, the transport, and everything else that we can show the hospitality of the city to our visiting teams that will be coming for the tournament. The teams are scheduled to arrive in Port Moresby about the 28th of this month, and they should be here for the tournament and should leave after the 10th back to their respective countries.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining me on the show tonight. It was a pleasure, and we wish you all the best going forward into delivering these successful events that are coming up. Thank you,
David, for having us. Thank you very much.
Well, we will take a short break now, and we will return with more here on Sports In. Stay with us. Welcome back, and you're watching Sports In. All right, joining me on this segment is AFL PNG's Southern Regional Development Manager and Talent Academy coach David Topeni, who is currently in Cairns. David has been invited by AFL Cairns to be an assistant coach of the Indigenous and South Pacific representative side that will be playing in the AFL All-Stars and Indigenous tournament, which kicks off tomorrow. David, welcome on set, and how's things going at your end at the moment?
Hi, David. Nice to meet you this morning. Things going pretty well with me. I'm down in Cairns here. Getting myself prepared, and my select side prepare for the big best coming up on Friday night.
All right, David, just give us a little bit of background. If this is an first time for an AFL official to be given an opportunity to be part of the Indigenous Pacific select side.
Yeah, see, this is the greatest opportunity that we got here. I think it's the first time for Papua New Guinea to coach the Indigenous side in Australia, in top level, like the senior level in country league like Cairns competition, pretty good setting standard in the Queensland state as well. So yeah, big opportunity for me coming down and get some more experience about coaching.
All right, just David, just tell us a bit about how and where it all started that eventually created an opportunity for you to be part of the indigenous coaching staff.
I'll go back to where I started. Um, it's a great opportunity where AFL Queensland that giving back to the AFL in the country in Papua New Guinea, where all the staffs and volunteers take part in doing AFL coaching level 1 and mentor for umpires as well in the country online, and also every 12 months that we updated our skills on coaching and umpiring as well in the country. So yeah, we accredited with the certificate that help us to move extra miles ahead to get such opportunity like that. So it helps me a lot when I get all the accredited coaching certificate on end, so I can have a chance up here in Kansas.
All right, thank you.